Monkey.
Alright, what it is, people. So, as you can see from the title, today's video is about macros. A lot of people have trouble trying to understand the concept of macros. Let me put it as simple as possible for you. If it's food, it has macros. You have macros. Let's say they cut off your arm and someone eats it, it's probably gonna be protein and fat. Let me show you something. Alright, so for example, this. You see this way in the back of the container? All these little numbers, that's your macros. Macros is simply protein, fat, and carbs, alright? Everything has it, so see? That's just a regular sweetener, has it. It's got 0 carbs, or it actually does have carbs, holy shit.
NANI?! お前はもう死んでいる。
Anyway, all you need to know is macros is simply protein, fats, and carbs. Now, I'll do different videos based on each one. I'll go in depth in all of them. As for now, that's the basic definition. So the first point I want to make in the video is, why should you care, right? You're like, I'll just eat less, blah, blah. It doesn't really work like that. So if you really want to make progress, no matter what it is, being losing weight, putting on muscle, feeling better, you know, finding out what's really missing in your nutrition, I suggest you start tracking macros as soon as you can. I know it can be hard. I know it can be annoying, or you just don't even know where to start. So let's go from there. First of all, nowadays it's so easy because you got all kinds of apps. You can use MyFitnessPal. I like to use an app that's more like European friendly. I think it's called Fat Secret. I'll put it up on the screen. I'll show you guys real quick. But basically it's very simple. Once you start tracking your macros, you know exactly what's in your food, and you know exactly what to do and how to develop a game plan based on your goals. There's formulas, obviously. I'll tell you that in separate videos, but basically you find out you have a macro formula, you find out your calories, and then you set up your macros for it. A regular macro split would be 40-40-20, which means 40%, 40%, 20% for bulking. What's that mean? 40% protein, 40% carbohydrates, and 20% fats. That means that you're gonna eat your food based on those percentages, and at the end of the day, you'll see your numbers. Let's make it real simple. Let's say my macros are 200 grams of protein, 200 grams of carbs, and 100 or 80 fats, right? I'll use my app, I'll log my foods in until I reach those numbers at the end of the day. Now, based on that, I'll also track my weight and I'll know where I'm going. If I'm bulking, my weight is gonna steadily go up. If I see that my weight is not going up, I'll add food based on that. And that's what macros are for. Basically, macros, you're just making sure that you're eating the same amount of food exactly and you're hitting your numbers exactly. And like I said, based on your macro formula, you can manipulate your macros based on your goals. So there's different splits for different goals. If you're bulking, it's like 40-40-20. Some people like to do 40-30-20 when they're cutting. So again, how to count macros. When I started, I really wanted to understand it and kind of just like get a grasp and just really learn what foods were what. So I manually wrote everything down. You don't have to, there's apps for it. It takes like 10 minutes a day. You can just plan your whole day of eating. But it's really good to know what's in food, because once you start understanding what, you know, that a piece of chicken is mostly protein, little fats and 0 carbs, or pasta is like mostly carbs, you kind of get an understanding of what your body can and can't take. And also, if you're eating out and you can't really track, you kind of have an idea of what you're eating, so you're not gonna mess up on your diet that bad. And so yeah, knowing what macros are, you know, it's pretty basic, but some people do get confused about it. So it's just good to know what macronutrients are in case you had any doubts. It's good to use them to your advantage. It's good to know what's in your foods, what's in food in general. And the more you start counting food, like I suggest you do at least a year just counting your food. No matter if you're bulking or cutting or you're on maintenance, you're just trying to like stay where you are with your weight. Definitely count your food, because after a couple of years, you'll get used to it, and like you'll be able to eyeball pretty much everything. Like nowadays, I only count when I'm cutting, but you know, if I'm bulking or I'm on maintenance, I can pretty much eyeball all my foods, and then you know, if I feel like I want to go and check on the app, I'll put on the same foods, and it's pretty much the same amounts. So but yeah, just to end the video, you know, macros is nothing special. It's just protein, fat, and carbs. Comment below if you have any questions. Hit me up on Instagram. You know what to do. Subscribe, like. Peace.